Welcome to Chemistry Basics. This is Lesson 2. Atoms, the building blocks of matter. If the entire universe and everything in it is made up of matter, then what is matter made up of? Matter is made up of tiny particles called atoms. Atoms are the building blocks of matter. They are the main ingredients that make up everything in the universe. But before we can continue, we should answer one important question, and that is, if matter is made up of atoms, then what are atoms made up of? All atoms are made up of tiny subatomic particles called protons, neutrons, and electrons. The one exception being hydrogen. Almost all hydrogen atoms are made up of 1 proton, 0 neutrons, and 1 electron. While protons, neutrons, and electrons make up the atom, the protons and neutrons make up the center of the atom. This is called the nucleus. And the electrons make up the outer part of the atom. This is a checkpoint for review. So, pause the video and see if you can answer the following questions. Number 1, what are the 3 subatomic particles that make up the atom? The answer is protons, neutrons, and electrons. Now, pause the video again and see if you can answer question number 2. What 2 subatomic particles make up the nucleus of the atom? And the answer is protons and neutrons. In review, we have learned that the atom is made up of 3 tiny subatomic particles called protons, neutrons, and electrons. It is rather amazing when you think about it that these 3 subatomic particles, protons, neutrons, and electrons, combine in various ways to make up everything that exists in our universe. Now stop and think about the following question. Are there different kinds of atoms, or are they all the same? There are many different kinds of atoms. Each type of atom is named in this quaint song of the periodic table of the elements by Tom Lehrer and Tim Wee.
There's antimony, arsenic, aluminum, selenium, and hydrogen, and oxygen, and nitrogen, and rhenium, and nickel, neodymium, neptunium, germanium, and iron, americium, ruthenium, uranium, europium, zirconium, lutetium, vanadium, and lanthanum, and osmium, and astatine, and radium, and gold, protactinium, and indium, and gallium, and iodine, and thorium, and thulium, and thallium. There's yttrium, ytterbium, actinium, rubidium, and boron, gadolinium, niobium, iridium, and strontium, and silicon, and silver, and samarium, and bismuth, bromine, lithium, beryllium, and barium. There's holmium and helium and hafnium and erbium and phosphorus and francium and fluorine and terbium and manganese and mercurium, molybdenum and magnesium, dysprosium and scandium and cerium and cesium and lead, praseodymium and platinum, plutonium, palladium, promethium, potassium, polonium and tantalum, technetium, titanium, tellurium and cadmium and calcium and chromium and curium. There's sulfur, californium, and fermium, berkelium, and also mendelevium, einsteinium, nobelium, and argon, krypton, radon, and rhodium, and chlorine, carbon, cobalt, copper, tungsten, tin, and sodium. These are the only ones of which the news has come to Harvard. And there may be many others, but they haven't been discovered.
So, as you can see, there are many kinds of atoms. Each kind of atom is unique. Each element is made up of a different type of atom. If we look at a sample of carbon, we will find that it is made up of carbon atoms and only carbon atoms. If we look at a sample of gold, we will find that it is made up of gold atoms and only gold atoms. This is where the magic comes in. Different kinds of atoms come together in many combinations to make everything that exists in our universe. Like hydrogen and oxygen combining to make water, or what we refer to as H2O. That is why atoms are commonly referred to as the building blocks of matter. Well, thank you for watching, and until next time,